Hi guys, welcome back. So today I thought it could be fun to make a video all about why our home smells, places we're forgetting to deep clean. So I took some time and I did a lot of research. I am not a professional cleaner, but I do follow a lot of professional cleaners. And I just wanted to figure this out for myself. So I went down the rabbit hole of what needs to be cleaned, how often, and what can leave odors in the house, and all the things. So anyway, this is what I came up with, and yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So for those of you who know me know that I do clean my sheets often. I take the bedding off. I wash it at least once a week. This is a good rule of thumb. You need to be washing your sheets at least once a week. I would personally recommend washing your comforters and things like that if you need to have it professionally done, maybe once a month, once every couple of months, but the sheets definitely need to be cleaned at least once a week. I do sometimes clean them more than that. I wash them more than that. I enjoy a fresh bed and I am very adamant about washing my sheets. So rule of thumb, once a week at least with your sheets. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the ceiling fans in your home. If you use your ceiling fans often, you should be cleaning them at least once a month, if not more. If you have accumulated a lot of dust on the ceiling fan already, my tip to you is to get a pillowcase and put it over the ceiling fan and pull it off so that way you're not getting dust everywhere. Do this at least once a month, especially if you use your fans quite often. So the next thing we're going to talk about is baseboards. I am really bad about this in my home. We do have animals, we do have kids, and we should be doing this more often, but about once a month, you're going to want to clean the baseboards of your home. So along with the baseboards, you're also going to want to clean your walls at least once a month. I know that sounds like a lot to do, but if you can divide it up maybe into different areas and work on one room a week. I am also not very good about this, but it will definitely freshen up your house. The walls do have smells. There's gunk on the walls. There are a lot of dust accumulates on the walls, and that also makes your home smell. So a really easy way to freshen your home up a lot is to wipe down your walls. So this doesn't have to do with odor, but you want to be cleaning your exterior windows at least twice a year. This is really going to freshen up the home as far as the looks of it. It's going to bring a lot more sunlight in. It's going to give you a clearer view. So definitely twice a year, you want to try to get the exterior windows. Okay, so your curtains, they should be cleaned every 3 to 6 months. You should be taking them down and deep cleaning them, washing them. That's it. Anything that's fabric is going to hold a lot of odors, especially if it's in a high traffic area like a sliding glass door like you see here. I do wash these every few months to keep those smells down. And you can also use that time while they're washing to go ahead and wipe down your curtain rod. Those things get so dusty, so be sure to wipe those down, vacuum around the area, get any cobwebs or anything like that that you might see. Go ahead and do that while the curtain's off. It just makes it so much easier. So with your window blinds, you should be like doing a light dust on those. I just like to take a dry microfiber cloth and run it across there, and you're going to do that once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, but you do need to be deep cleaning them every 2 to 3 months. I think that should also be depending on where they're located at. The blinds that I have over my kitchen sink, I of course clean more than other blinds, but definitely something that makes a huge difference in the house is clean blinds. So the furniture in your home should be dusted weekly. I do like to wipe down the couch. If you have a couch with this kind of fabric, it is easier to wipe it down, and it does make everything smell fresher and look fresher and just cleaner overall. So all your furniture should be dusted at least once a week or wiped down at least once a week, especially high traffic areas. So another area that I myself do not clean as often as I should is the door handles and the door knobs and the light switches. They are high traffic areas. There are tons of germs on there. Those should be cleaned at least once a week. Okay, so this is a personal preference of mine. I opt in to do this once or, yeah, about once a month, sometimes twice a month. I will pull out this stove, the whole oven. I will pull it out. I will clean behind it. I will clean the stove. I will clean the floors. I will wipe down the cabinets back there. And then I will also pull out the fridge and give it a sweep. They say you don't have to do this, but maybe twice a year. I recommend doing it way more than that because stuff does get back there, stuff gets under there, and it is nasty. So I always recommend cleaning this more often. And if it's hard to move, maybe get somebody to help you, but it's definitely worth the clean back there. And that, of course, brings us to the oven. I hate cleaning the oven, but it is so, so important. It's a fire hazard. Plain and simple, it's a fire hazard. Your food's not going to taste as good as a clean oven is very, very important. What I recommend is you can find these little blades from the dollar store or from any grocery store, online, Amazon, and they're just scraper blades. You can take those, just make sure that the surface is wet and that you're doing it at the right angle, and you can scrape most of that buildup out of there. So that's what I usually do, and then I will just wipe it down with a paper towel. I do use the Dawn sprays for hard, tough, built on grease. They work really, really well, but it is so important to clean your oven as much as possible because it is a fire hazard. Okay, so I know this is a lot, but another thing that you should be cleaning weekly or bi-weekly is your cabinets. You should be wiping the front of those down. The kitchen is another high traffic area, lots of germs flying around in there, lots of bacteria. So you really want to try to get those wiped down as much as possible, especially if you have white cabinets like we do. It is just, they get dirty very, very quickly, but at least we can see it. I always like white because you can see everything. And so you know if it's dirty or not. But yeah, you should be cleaning those quite often, and you should also be cleaning inside the drawers at least once a month, wiping down the inside of the cabinets at least once a month, maybe once every 2 months, but just try to get that done. Especially with the drawers, I feel a lot of stuff falls in there and it can just get really nasty. So make sure that you are cleaning that quite often. The kitchen is so important to keep clean. Another thing that I often avoid is cleaning the washer and the dryer. The washer needs to be cleaned. You need to clean the drum. You need to clean the area where you put, if you're using liquid detergent especially, or softener, you're going to want to clean all of that, and it will make your clothes smell so, so much better. And I also have these washing machine cleaning tabs that I will throw in there, and that will also freshen it up. I'll put it on self clean, and like I said, the clothes smell wonderful. Okay, so your dryer is also another very, very important place to clean. You should be cleaning the lint tray every single time you do a load of laundry. That should be switched out. I recommend going in and giving it more of a deep clean at least once a month. Again, gonna make your clothes smell good. Again, this is a fire hazard. Your dryer should be very, very clean. They do recommend that once a year you should get it professionally cleaned. I didn't know that. So that is something I'm going to be looking into, because the last thing that we need in our home is a fire. So and also the drum of the dryer carries germs and bacteria, so you need to disinfect that. Again, you can use Pine Sol, you can use, some people like bleach, some people like alcohol with dish soap. There's so many different things that you can use to disinfect and clean without using like super harsh chemicals. So definitely focus on the areas of your home that would be a safety hazard for your family. The stove and the dryer are major things that should be cleaned often. With the lint tray, I like to take mine out and actually wash it. Sometimes every now and then I will take it out and give it a good wash with a toothbrush and some soap, let it dry, and that seems to help a lot. And it's also going to save you on electricity. The cleaner that is, the less it's going to need to dry your clothes. So another really important area of the home to keep clean. Okay, trash cans. Oh my gosh, they will make your home smell so bad. Make sure that you're cleaning them at the very least once a week. I clean the kitchen trash can probably every time I take the trash out. I'll go ahead and give it a good wipe down with a disinfectant wipey. You can also, like, if you're going to deep clean it, I like using Pine Sol because it gives it a good smell, and Pine Sol kills 99% of odors and bacteria and all that stuff. So I like to use Pine Sol, but you need to be cleaning these at least once a week. But I do recommend wiping them down every time you change the trash, because they do have a lot of germs and a lot of smells come from trash cans. So make sure that you're cleaning those as much as you can. That's one of the biggest areas where smell is going to come from. If your trash can stinks, it's going to make your whole house stink. And you will be able to tell a difference once you start implementing this more. Like I said, I'm really good with the kitchen trash can. I need to get better about the bathroom ones, but those need to be cleaned as well, because like I said, we got a lot of germs going on in those areas of the home, and it is important to keep those clean. So that is all I'm going to include in this video today. It seems like so much, and it is. It's a lot to take care of a home. It's a lot to keep a home clean, and we're all just doing the best that we can. I don't want anyone to take this video as judgy or as like I'm telling you what to do. Definitely not. I'm just giving you some tips and some ways to make your home smell fresher. We are all just trying to get by here. This is one reason why I don't want a massive home, because when you start breaking down all the things that have to be taken care of monthly, bi-monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, the list can get really long if you really want to take care of your home. I didn't even include things like AC filters, that you should also be changing once a month, the showers, there's so many areas in a home to clean. And like I said, we're just all doing the best that we can. So anyway, I just wanted to throw this video together as some helpful reminders of just maybe some things that we're overlooking. Also, I know a lot of new homes are being established, and a lot of people maybe need some tips, like new homeowners, kids moving out, getting their own places, all that stuff. So I just want to be here in case you need to be reminded of some stuff, or I definitely need to be reminded of some stuff. And I am going to be working these next few weeks on a lot of deep cleaning and getting some stuff done around here that I have been neglecting. So if you want to see that, Make sure you subscribe, hit the like, hit the hype, and I will see y'all in the next one. I love you all so much. Take care of each other. Bye, guys.